From hustle to legacy, building businesses that stand the test of time. Welcome to the BlackCEO Podcast. Today, we're diving into a transformative conversation that's about to shake up everything you thought you knew about building a lasting business. We're not just talking about making a quick buck or riding the latest trend. No, we're talking about creating something that outlives you, something that changes lives for generations to come. Our guide on this journey, the extraordinary Aneesah Fleming. Now, if you haven't heard of Aneesah, buckle up because you're in for a treat. This woman isn't just an entrepreneur. She's a visionary who's redefining what it means to build a sustainable business. Her impact on making the world a better place through her approach to business is nothing short of revolutionary. She's not just talking the talk, she's walking the walk, leaving a trail of transformed businesses and inspired entrepreneurs in her wake. So, let's dive in, shall we? Have you ever wondered why some businesses seem to have the lifespan of a mayfly, while others become household names that span generations? What's the secret sauce that separates the fleeting from the enduring? Well, my friends, we're about to embark on a journey that might just flip your business perspective upside down and inside out. In the world of entrepreneurship, we often hear about the hustle, the grind, the late nights fueled by caffeine and dreams. It's glorified, isn't it? The image of the tireless entrepreneur burning the candle at both ends, sacrificing everything for success. But what if I told you that this narrative, while compelling, might be leading us down the wrong path? Let that sink in for a moment. You see, Aneesah Fleming has a different perspective, one that's not about working harder, but working smarter, one that's not about sacrificing everything for short-term gains, but about building something that can weather any storm and stand the test of the time. Now, I know what you're thinking. Another talk about business basics, yawn. But hold on to your seats, because this isn't your grandpa's business lecture. We're about to dive into the nitty-gritty of what it really takes to build a business that's not just successful, but sustainable, a business that can support you, your family, and maybe even your family's family. Now, let's start with a little reality check. How many of us jumped into business with stars in our eyes, dreaming of being the next big thing, only to find ourselves drowning in a sea of spreadsheets and tax forms? Yeah, I see those hands. It's like we all got the memo about chasing our passions, but somehow missed the chapter on financial literacy and operational efficiency. But here's the kicker, and this is where Aneesah's wisdom really shines. Building a solid business foundation isn't just about crunching numbers or optimizing processes. It's about creating a legacy that can withstand the test of time and market fluctuations. It's about transforming that initial spark of entrepreneurial spirit into a blazing inferno of sustainable success. So let's break it down. What does it really mean to have a solid business foundation? Well, according to Aneesah, it's like building a house. You wouldn't start decorating the living room before laying the foundation, right? The same goes for your business. Before you start dreaming about corner offices and company retreats in Bali, you need to get your hands dirty with the basics. First up, finances. Now, I know for many of us, the word finance is about as appealing as a root canal. But hear me out. Understanding your finances isn't just about knowing how much money is coming in and going out. It's about having a crystal clear picture of your business's health at any given moment. It's about making informed decisions that will propel your business forward, not just keep it afloat. Aneesah emphasizes the importance of financial literacy with the passion of a preacher on Sunday morning. She says, and I quote, "You wouldn't drive a car without knowing how to read the dashboard, so why would you run a business without understanding your financial statements?" Boom! Let that sink in for a moment. But it's not just about understanding the numbers. It's about using them to your advantage. It's about knowing when to invest, when to save, and when to pivot. It's about creating a financial strategy that aligns with your business goals and personal values. Because let's face it, what's the point of building a successful business if it doesn't support the life you want to live? Now, let's talk operations. If finances are the heart of your business, operations are the circulatory system. It's how everything flows, how work gets done, how your product or service goes from an idea to reality. And let me tell you, neglecting your operations is like trying to run a marathon with your shoelaces tied together. You might make it a few steps, but you're going to face plan eventually. Aneesah's approach to operations is all about efficiency and scalability. She asks, if your business suddenly doubled in size overnight, could your current systems handle it? If you're breaking out in a cold sweat just thinking about it, don't worry, you're not alone. But this is exactly why focusing on operations is so crucial. It's about creating systems and processes that can grow with your business. It's about automating what can be automated, delegating what can be delegated, and constantly looking for ways to improve. Because here's the truth bomb. Your business is either growing or dying. There's no in between. But let's not forget the human element in all of this. Your team, your customers, your community, they're all part of your business ecosystem. Aneesah stresses the importance of building strong relationships and fostering a positive company culture. Because at the end of the day, numbers and processes don't build businesses. People do. Now, wait, I can almost hear some of you thinking, this all sounds great, but I'm just starting out. I can't afford to focus on all of this right now. And to that, I channel my inner Aneesah and say, you can't afford not to. Because here's the thing. The habits and systems you establish now will set the trajectory for your entire business journey. Think about it like this. If you're planning a road trip, you don't just jump in the car and start driving. You plan your route, you check your vehicle, you make sure you have enough gas. Building a business is the same. You need to know where you're going, make sure your business is in good shape, and ensure you have the resources to get there. But here's where it gets really exciting. Once you have this solid foundation in place, that's when the magic happens. That's when you can start to innovate, to take risks, to really make your mark on the world. Because when you're not constantly putting out fires or worrying about whether you can make payroll, you have the freedom to think big. Let me share a story with you that Aneesah told me. Now, it's about a client of hers. Let's call her Sarah. Sarah came to Aneesah on the brink of bankruptcy. She had a brilliant product, a revolutionary, eco-friendly packaging solution. But her business, it was a mess. No clear financial records, no efficient operations, just chaos. Sarah was working 80-hour weeks, barely sleeping, barely eating. She was the epitome of the hustle culture we often glorify. But despite all her hard work, her business was sinking. She was so focused on her product and her sales that she had neglected the foundation of her business. Aneesah worked with Sarah to implement the foundational principles we've been talking about. They started with the finances. Sarah learned to read her financial statements, to understand her cash flow, to make data-driven decisions. It wasn't easy. Sarah had to face some hard truths about her business, but with each step, she gained more clarity and control. Next, they tackled operations. They documented processes, identified bottlenecks, and implemented systems that could scale. Sarah learned to delegate, to automate, to work smarter instead of harder. The transformation wasn't overnight. It took months of hard work and dedication, but the results, they were nothing short of miraculous. Not only did Sarah turn her business around, but she was able to expand into new markets and even launch a second product line, all because she took the time to build a solid foundation. But here's the kicker, and this is what really drives home Aneesah's point about building a legacy. 2 years after working with Aneesah, Sarah's company was acquired by a major corporation. But because Sarah had built such a solid foundation, she was able to negotiate terms that kept her team intact and her mission at the forefront. Her eco-friendly packaging is now being used by companies around the world, making a significant impact on reducing plastic waste. Sarah didn't just build a successful business, she built a legacy. Her work is now impacting millions of people and will continue to do so for years to come. And it all started with building a solid foundation. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's great for Sarah, but my business is different. And you're right, every business is unique. But the principles, they're universal. Whether you're running a tech startup, a local bakery, or a consulting firm, these foundational elements are crucial. So where do you start? Well, Aneesah suggests beginning with a simple exercise. Spend 1 week tracking everything in your business. Every dollar in, every dollar out, every task you do, every email you send. At the end of the week, look at that data. Where are you spending most of your time? Where's your money going? This simple act of awareness can be revolutionary. From there, it's about taking small, consistent steps. Maybe you start by learning to read your financial statements. Or perhaps you begin documenting your processes so you can start to see where improvements can be made. The key is to start somewhere and keep moving forward. But here's the real secret sauce, and this is something Aneesah emphasizes time and time again. You need to shift your mindset. Stop thinking of your business as just a way to make money. Start thinking of it as a legacy you're building. Because when you approach your business with that level of intention and care, everything changes. You start making decisions not just for the short-term gain, but for long-term sustainability. You start thinking about how your actions today will impact your business in 5, 10, 20 years. You start building something that's bigger than yourself. And isn't that why we got into business in the first place? To create something meaningful, something lasting, something that makes a difference in the world. Let me share another story with you. This one's about a family-owned restaurant that Aneesah worked with. The restaurant had been in the family for 3 generations, but it was struggling. The current owner, let's call him Mike, was working 16-hour days, 7 days a week. He was exhausted. His family life was suffering, and despite all his efforts, the restaurant was barely staying afloat. Mike's grandfather had started the restaurant with a vision of creating a place where the community could come together over good food. But somewhere along the way, that vision had gotten lost in the day-to-day struggle of keeping the doors open. Aneesah worked with Mike to reconnect with that original vision. They looked at the financials and realized that certain menu items, while popular, were actually losing money. They streamlined the menu, focusing on dishes that were both profitable and aligned with the restaurant's heritage. They also looked at the operations. Mike was trying to do everything himself, from cooking to managing staff to handling the books. Aneesah helped him create systems and train his staff to take on more responsibility. This not only made the restaurant run more efficiently, but also gave Mike his life back. But here's where it gets really interesting. As part of rebuilding the foundation, Aneesah encouraged Mike to reconnect with his community. They started hosting monthly events celebrating local culture and cuisine. They partnered with local farmers to source ingredients. They even started a program teaching kids about healthy eating and cooking. The result? The restaurant didn't just survive, it thrived. It became more than just a place to eat. It became a cornerstone of the community, just like Mike's grandfather had envisioned. And Mike, he went from working 16-hour days to having time to coach his daughter's soccer team. He built a business that supported the life he wanted to live. This is what Aneesah means when she talks about building a legacy. It's not just about making money or even about creating a successful business. It's about creating something that has a lasting positive impact on your life, your family, and your community. So, here's my challenge to you. Take a hard look at your business. Are you building on a solid foundation, or are you just piling bricks and hoping they don't topple over? Are you creating systems that can sustain growth, or are you just reacting to whatever comes your way? It's time to take that hustle, that passion, that drive that got you into business in the first place and channel it into building something truly sustainable. It's time to stop just running a business and start building a legacy. Remember, every empire started with a single brick. Every Fortune 500 company started as someone's dream. The difference between those who make it and those who don't isn't just luck or talent. It's the foundation they build on. So, are you ready? Ready to roll up your sleeves and dig into the nitty-gritty of your business? Ready to face the numbers, streamline your operations, and build something that can stand the test of time? Ready to transform your hustle into a legacy? Because here's the truth. The world needs your business. The world needs your ideas, your passion, your drive. But more than that, the world needs businesses that are built to last. Businesses that can weather economic storms, adapt to changing markets, and continue to serve their communities for generations to come. You have the power to create that. You have the power to build something truly remarkable. All it takes is the courage to start, the wisdom to learn, and the persistence to keep going even when things get tough. As we wrap up today, I want to leave you with this thought from Aneesah Fleming. Your business is not just a way to make money. It's a vehicle for change, a platform for impact, and a legacy in the making. Treat it with the respect and care it deserves, and it will reward you beyond your wildest dreams. So, what are you waiting for? The time to start building your legacy is now. Take that first step. Examine your foundation. Start making those small, consistent changes. Because who knows, the business you build today could be the one that changes the world tomorrow. Remember, building a sustainable business isn't just about securing your own future. It's about creating opportunities for others, solving problems in your community, and leaving the world a little better than you found it. It's about transforming that initial spark of entrepreneurial spirit into a blazing inferno of sustainable success that lights the way for generations to come. So go out there, build that solid foundation, create a business that will stand the test of time, and most importantly, build a legacy that will continue to make a positive impact long after you're gone. The world is waiting for your contribution. The question is, are you ready to answer the call? Are you ready to transform your hustle into a lasting legacy? The choice is yours. The time is now. Let's build something extraordinary together. Thank you.